Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're doing another renovation, but this time it's not an apartment, it's a house in Brindleton Bay. If you don't know, Brindleton Bay is a world that came with The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs, which is one of the very first or very early expansion packs in The Sims 4. You can tell, the way I can tell that's an old pack is because the houses are huge. I mean, look how massive this house is. I think it's only a 1 bedroom, if I'm not mistaken. My god, it's huge. So I end up turning into, I mean, it's not much of a difference, but it ends up being a 2 bedroom home with it can sleep up to, I mean, I'm not sure if your Sims can still do this, but I'm pretty sure if they can scooch, because double beds are against the wall, 2 for 6 Sims. There's a bedroom downstairs, which is the master suite, and then there's a bedroom upstairs, which is more for kids, but maybe like, I'm not sure if a teenager would want to share a room with their sibling, but maybe if it's like twin girls and their children, they have a playroom. I also added a playroom, which was really cute. I had like a lot of extra space, but I didn't think it was big enough for a bedroom, so I ended up making it into a playroom. And I also want to apologize for the lack of uploads. One, I've been busy. Two, it's been so hot that I didn't want to risk ruining my PC. So on hot days, I won't be filming. For the most part, what I do edit videos on the day that's going to come out. I don't have anything pre-recorded, just to keep it fun, so I have something to look forward to. And I was really excited to edit this video, but then I saw that I read the weather in my area and it was 31 degrees. I said absolutely not. And I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people on TikTok, especially Americans, have been talking about how British heat is different to the US heat, because in the I mean, I've never been, well, actually I've been to one place when it was summer and it was hot the first time. It was 40 degrees. I was like, oh my god, it's so hot. But then you get used to it because where we were staying was by a beach. But in the UK, it's just pure humidity. There's no wind. For some reason, the wind just disappears when it's hot. So I'm sorry, but for summer, I most likely won't be able to film. I've checked the weather for the rest of the week, so I'm definitely going to be spending this entire week pre-recording. Tomorrow, I'll have to check. Actually, should I check right now whilst I'm filming? Why not? I think I have got like a plan on what. Like tomorrow it's Wednesday, so I'm filming Cottage Living all day tomorrow, so I'm going to be filming multiple episodes to be pre-recorded. The only reason why I don't like to pre-record is because by the time, let's say I pre-record 3 episodes, I just have no choice really to do it anyway. But by the time I have 3 episodes, you guys will think that you're watching something that was filmed a few days ago, but actually no, it was filmed weeks ago. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to film probably 2-3 Cottage Living episodes, and then this is supposed to be up on Wednesday. I'm filming this on Tuesday night, because my god, it was so hot today. I had a headache earlier. I don't know how much water I drank, but I've got like a 700ml water bottle. I had a bigger one, but it's like the material wasn't really like hygienic, so I had to get a plastic one, like an actual water bottle, if that makes sense. And yeah, I've had a headache all day and it wasn't enough, so I'm like on my 5th bottle now, or refill, and it's finally getting to me. But it's so warm in my room that I'm actually worried that by the during the night I'm probably going to have a headache again, because it's not enough, which is awesome. But as you see on the screen, I really wanted to use this because I remembered that Cats and Dogs came with like this, what's it called, like inbuilt seating. So I really wanted to use that, but so far I'm just using like filler furniture. I really wanted to stick to Cats and Dogs, but I'm not sure if that's all I stick to. But that was like the main theme, to really use this pack. And I forgot to I used oh no, I did add some stuff for pets. I added a few bowls, I added a rug near the back door, and was initially supposed to be a laundry room with like where the pets eat and stuff, but I was like, where's the kitchen gonna go? Because I didn't really think about the layout. So I thought it's kind of strange to have it's a really odd layout to have the kitchen in one corner and then the living room in one room with a dining table. So this bathroom here on the right is actually a Jack and Jill. Normally Jack and Jill's are 4 bedrooms, but this one is for the kitchen and the living room, which is a very annoying layout, but I wanted easy access from the kitchen to the living room, and it would have been better to have a hallway, but I really didn't know where else to put a bathroom. Maybe there is a little section where the parents' bathroom is, but I think that would be kind of odd. I don't know. But I think the parents' bathroom is like 3 by 2, so that's like as small as it can get. Unless you use the university shower, but I don't want to. I don't want to do that. Before the like type of look I was going for, I was really going for more like a light house. I'm not sure if this stays the same, but I'm pretty sure I went for light colored wood and light colored like furniture and stuff. But I think I'm mistaken because I think it does go dark. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this light wood forever. But I really wanted to go for like a kind of beachy, Cape Cods type of thing. I don't know what Cape Cod looks like. I probably should have looked at a picture on Pinterest, but I thought to myself, well, why not wing it? Just use the stuff in the park. The park has a certain theme, so just use the stuff and it all look good together. So that's what I went for. But I really love these counters. The colour is so pretty. I really love it. Also, an update for the Newcrest save file. I'm still filming it, but I have a day, sorry. I have now created like a schedule when I'm going to be filming. So I'm filming the rotational series on Sunday. So it should be out next week on Friday. So I've created a schedule, so I'm going to stick to it. The only issue is that if it's too hard, I'll probably have to cut down on a day and probably do like maybe one, let's say Sims 3 Generations, and then 2 rotational series episodes. So we'll see. But the reason that I really love this orange color, I really do. But I went for green for some reason because I was trying to match. Oh, I was trying to match the walls. I do love this wallpaper that came with cats and dogs, but I don't like how it doesn't come with a lot of swatches, especially with this dark wood. Like a lot of the furniture comes with, especially except the what's the word, the sofas. A lot of like the rugs and the there's like this like inbuilt sofa. They have a lot of colorways, but for some reason the wall doesn't have many. I was like, why would you? I was like kind of upset by that because like a lot of the furniture, like with Seasons, if you think about the furniture that came with Seasons, a lot of the stuff there, it has a lot of furniture that works well together, but for some reason, I don't know, Cats and Dogs doesn't come with wallpaper that matches. I don't know why, but it seems like the Sims team don't like creating wallpaper. They like to create the outside, like the shingles and like the sideboards. Is that what you call them? They like to create that stuff, but in terms of like inside wallpaper, they don't like doing that. They don't really do that much. They tend to do items and furniture and the outside, but that's what CC is for. But a lot of the time for these renovations, I'm not doing CC because I want people to download it. And bear in mind, guys, I want to let you know that I'm playing on offline mode because I'm still filming the rotational series. So I haven't got the newest update. It's still offline. I'm probably going to update it. What's the date today? It's the 26th of May. I'm probably going to update it in like a week's time, and hopefully, because I use mods and I don't want to. I don't want to keep doing that where update comes out and my game is ruined because I'm literally mid filming the rotation series episode. And I just want to let you know as well about that is that the first episode is going to be a bit shaky. I'm not used to kind of filming in that type of style that I'm going for. I'm used to like filming and then cutting it down and then making it interesting, a little bit more interesting. As you see, like the wallpaper hasn't got many swatches, so I just stuck with blue. Anyway, yeah, so I'm not used to that film style. So I hope as time goes on, it'll be a lot easier for me to talk for a long period of time, talk in a more relaxed, calm way. Because it's supposed to be like a calm gameplay type of series. Was that a sentence? I'm not sure. But yeah, it's supposed to be very calm, relaxed, and it's not supposed to be edited or very minimum editing, longer videos, things like that. I haven't edited it, but I'm filming on Sunday. It should be okay for Friday. We'll see. It should be. I give myself time. But as you see here, I'm using a lot of dark furniture. I think that's really what inspired me to go for dark wood, because it doesn't really make sense, does it, to have really light wood and dark furniture. I do love the sofa, but if I like googled like Cape Cod type of what's the word, type of furniture, I think there probably would have been better sofas. But at the same time, I understand that in The Sims there aren't really many sofas and like furniture with this type of style. I love the armchair though, I really do. And also the space here is really kind of I was struggling with what to put here, so I decided to put like this random side table with books and this cat tree. Does anybody have pets? I mean, whilst we're on the topic of cats and dogs, does anybody have pets? I wonder that because I don't have any pets. I never grew up with pets. And you might be thinking, do you ever want to have a pet? Last year, I really wanted a certain dog, But now that I'm older, like that, now that I'm a year older, it's been many years since I thought about this. But that I'm older, I really want to ask myself, do I really need a dog? Or is it something that I'm trying to like, you know, like is it like something that I think, oh, I really love a dog, but was it something that I really want? Because I think, wanting a pet is more. I'm sorry, I'm like going on a tangent here, but I think having a pet is also you have to ask yourself, are you going to be a good owner? I'm not going to say I'm not saying I'm going to neglect a dog if I have a dog or a pet, but it's like, am I going to be a good owner? Would I find the pet annoying? Would I, I mean, I think people things happen, but at the same time, though, I think I have to ask myself, would I be a good owner? Or would I work all day and then leave the dog alone? Who knows? And if I know that's the answer, that's what I'm going to do, then don't get a pet. I'm responsible enough to know that. But as you see here, as you saw, I decided to change the floors. Like I said, I knew it wasn't going to stay that light. But I wanted to make it really empty. I've said this before, but I haven't been playing it much because, as I said, I don't want to ruin my PC. But I was playing in the Winbrook save file, and I've said this before, but their bedrooms are very plain, very simple. Like they have really is a bed and their side tables and their dresser. That's all they have. So I thought, well, maybe I could do that because really, realistically, I've said this multiple times, but if you look around your room, do you really have a rug and a bunch of stuff in your dresser and a desk and a chair and a bunch of decorations? For the most part, it's a no. And it also makes it easier to play in the room because there's less clutter and less lag and things like that. So it makes it a lot easier. But yeah, like I wanted to be very simple, very cozy. The thing I don't like about this house though is the dining space. It's ugly. I wish I added. The reason why I did green is because of the, because of the green in the pet bed, the dog bed. Because I imagine they have a cat and they have a dog, and they have a big dog. So that's what I imagine. So yeah, I don't know why I did that shade of green, but I did. On to the second bedroom. This is the bedroom where I thought, well, maybe they can have children here. So started off with bunk beds, and then I thought, I don't really like this. I was kind of wanting to have like boy and girl to share a room, but I don't know, because this house doesn't have that much space. I thought maybe a son and a daughter can share a room together, but do you really want to do that? Maybe it'll be fun for gameplay, but for the most part, do you really want to share a room with your brother? I imagine they're either kids or they're maybe a teen girl and a child daughter. Does that make sense? That's what I was kind of going for. And also, I love these dresses. I love having different varieties. It makes it interesting. It makes it fun. So I added the set of dresses. Also, it's getting very hot in my room. Oh my god. I want this heat to be over. I've never been the type of person to like summer. I've always liked the transition phase between spring and summer. So basically, not spring and summer. I don't like winter and I don't like summer. So winter's too cold. I think winter can be nice if you dress appropriately, but summer, at least with winter, you can put a blanket on. You can go in a blanket. You can put the heaters on. Heating's very expensive, so I won't recommend. Maybe multiple blankets, socks. You can, dress for the weather. But summer, you can wear the lightest clothing and you'll still be hot. And for me at least, I have a headache. I kind of do whilst filming this. So after I film this, I'm going to take a sip of water and put the fan back on because, oh my god, it's hot. But anyway, as you saw, it's very simple. Like I said, it's kind of more freeing, I guess, to decorate the rooms like that because you don't feel pressured to decorate it that much. So, and also I changed the lighting as well. But it seems a little bit more freeing to use very simple furniture and keep it realistic. So here I am in the playroom. I imagine it's a family thing. It's not a generational house, but the teen daughter used this room when it was just her and her younger sibling. So I imagine there's a dollhouse, an old dollhouse. That's the teenagers, and obviously the child used it. I imagine this. What do you think this family does for work? I think maybe like I always go for business because that seems like it pays a lot. But I imagine like I don't see them as vets. I see them as like maybe retired or something like that. But yeah, this playroom, I didn't know what else to put, but I imagine because it's a playroom and it's a place where the children will be sat, imagine there is a desk there so they can do their homework and it's right outside their bedroom. So, they come back from school, they put the stuff away, and then they do their homework on the desk. In hindsight, I do wish that I put another desk area in this house, because really the only desk that's available is the one in the playroom. If the parents have to do work, they have to use the computer, things like that. So I'm losing my voice. I haven't talked this much in a while. But I imagine, if the parents want to use the computer, they'll have to go to the children's room, or maybe they have their own laptop, and that's a good storyline, I think. Oh God, I'm waiting for this. I'm not to be negative, but I'm really hoping this. How many minutes do I have left? I have like 3 minutes. Okay, 3 more minutes. I can do 3 more minutes because it's getting hot in here. But yeah, we're on to the outside now. Typically, when the exterior is dark, the best thing to do is make it light. So that's what I did. It was really easy with that inbuilt seating to just put it out and just fit the indoor seating in there. The inbuilt seating, because there's already a roof there, so it's a lot easier because it's a porch. So for this porch, I imagine it's like, I don't know how to decorate porches. I've never seen a porch. Have I? In real life, I don't think I've ever gone inside a porch, because in the UK, the houses, especially this big, oh my God, absolutely not. And also I'm losing my voice, so just be wary of that. I've never been in a house that has a porch, so I'm not exactly sure what to put here. But I just put rugs, and I put seating, and I put a mailbox. I think that's pretty simple. And also I changed the porch foundation to decking, because I thought that made the most sense. I don't know what to put for foundations, honestly. I might have to see other houses with foundations, but I didn't really like it in the end. It's not bad, but I think because obviously it's a renovation, you want things to look different. But I didn't really like what I chose for the foundation for the entire house, but it worked. And now I'm onto landscaping, which means I probably have like 2 minutes left. I always forget when I do landscaping to add terrain paint, so that's what I did. Towards the end anyway. Actually, no, I did it first, didn't I? Yeah, to kind of mark. It's really easy to. It makes it easier actually to landscape when you have markings with terrain paint. So of course that's what I did. I added markings with the soil, and then I added colours. One thing that inspired me was the fact that the house is kind of a yellow colour. Well, it's more beige, but beige is still yellow. So I know that pink and purple look really nice with yellow, and I added pops of yellow in the like flower arrangement. Every time I say flower arrangement, if you're old enough, if you're around my age, I'm not gonna reveal my age, but do you guys remember that clip of I know it was edible arrangement with Nicki Minaj and Jimmy Fallon? Does anybody remember that? I feel so old because that's definitely like almost 10 years ago, at least 10 years ago. I'm not that old, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm getting really good at landscaping, am I not? Like, I'm getting better. Like, it's good to start with one flower and then go for like a bigger flower, and then go for like a lavender's a bush. Would you say that's a bush? Well, I'll say that the yellow flowers are bushes. But I think I'm getting better. I'm improving. That's what matters. But next time I'll try my best to use different flowers to challenge myself a little bit. It's a lot of fun. But as you see here, there's like a glitch. Maybe it was just me, but like the erasing the dirt was not working. So maybe I was just doing something wrong, but it wasn't working. So I had to go back and just fix it and everything. But that is the end of the build. I don't want to talk over it, but I'm just finishing doing a few added touches, and we're going to add some terrain paint underneath the trees, and that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this renovation. I'm trying my best to kind of change stuff around with the thumbnails and stuff to make it a little bit more interesting. It's not always the same. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time for more Sims content for me. Goodbye.